Fine for Jason. Just hey, congratulations on the promotion, and just what do the new duties entail?
Uh, I would say, first and foremost, just extremely appreciative for Coach for that promotion. Some of the duties will obviously, man, I just want to make his life as easy as possible. Take some of the burden and some of the day-to-day things off of his plate. It's really duties that would just be assigned as they are.
Talk about the defensive backfield this year. You got some returning guys. You got some new guys coming in. How's that shaping up?
Yeah, fortunately, the defensive back, we didn't lose anyone, so we expect big things this fall, this spring. Just growth. I think when you're dealing with a new system, new culture, for sure, really just a new program. You want to, that second year is when the growth really comes. And we're really excited about guys. We're excited about our new guys. But, fortunately, our whole secondary knows the calls, knows the scheme more. So now we can get it extremely even more detailed within that scheme. And I think it's starting to pay off already in spring. Really excited. Some of the young guys are able to, get some added experience. So I'm really excited.
Reminder, if you have questions, just raise your digital hand. We'll go next to Dan.
Coach, congratulations on the promotion this year. For you, just how have in your years as a college coach and moving around to some different stops, how has defensive back play evolved and changed, and how have you kind of been able to notice that and apply that here at BC?
Well, I've been fortunate to in my short time in college, to be around some outstanding defensive minds. Starting with my first, job at University of Alabama, obviously Nick Saban. I don't think Jeff Hafley takes a backseat to anyone. I think he's a great defensive back coach who not only understands details of the position, but sees the big picture of the position of the entire defense. So I'm fortunate, just to be around a guy like him and learn and absorb. I guess to answer your question, I'm extremely blessed. I'm extremely blessed to have a coach like Jeff Hafley to really just bounce ideas off of. Coach Tim has coached in the defensive backfield as well. Then Coach Turn, who coaches our safeties as well. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I come to work every day and I can absorb. I don't have to have the answer to everything. I can really just bounce some great ideas off some great minds. So, I think any defensive back is extremely fortunate to have as many guys that are knowledgeable about the position as we do here.
And then just one quick follow-up. When we had Brandon Sebastian on here a couple days ago, and we've had Josh DeBerry as well. They talk a lot about the tough love they get in the back. When you look for them and develop playmakers and develop plays, how do you kind of reinforce the drills and the different things when you're working with them?
Well, I think you hit it on the head, Dan. It's about love at first. I feel like that's the highest form of motivation is when a kid knows that you love them and you'll do anything to get them to make them successful. So that's the first hurdle that I think we've gotten over is that these guys know that I love them and I'll do anything for them. And then they're like a ball of clay, and the key is we have great coaches here that instill detail in assignment. And, we're fortunate. I feel like we have the answers to every question that they can ask. And all we got to get those guys to do is, one, believe in us, which is happening. But two, really get those guys to just dive in and they have the answer to the test to really just believe and do the test.
Go next to Kevin.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Hey, Kevin.
So I'm just curious, what made you want to come back here and see this thing through and see, what else you guys can build as a staff?
Well, Kevin, I think people make the places, and in this business, man, one of the keys to I feel like being successful in this business is surround yourself around great people. Like I said, people make the places. So I just feel really good about our staff, and not just from a knowledge perspective, Kevin, really from just as people. Like, these are great people. I have never been on a staff where so many great people. We all get along. We all grow on and off the field. We hang out on and off the field. So at the end of the day, you know, it was easy for me to choose quality of life, you know, over opportunities. I think winning cures everything. If we do what we're supposed to do here, I think it'll be other opportunities for me. And then selfishly, to be quite honest, Kevin, I thought I could still grow a lot more being around such great coaches. And I think big picture thinking wise, that would have been better for me.
We'll go next to Rich.
Hey, Coach, when you bring a defensive back like Jaden and a very heavy, big safety, what kind of options can he give to a defense other than just coverage or run support?
Well, you know, he's not an average 220-pound player. You know, he moves different than an average. He moves around like he's 200 pounds. And, you know, when he first got here and you start looking at his weight and you're like, hey, bro, like, you're going to have to watch what you eat a little bit. But then you watch him run around out here and he's running past guys that are 30 pounds smaller than him. So I think he brings a unique skill set to our defensive backfield. Obviously, he can cover, he can play the middle of the field, he can play half of the field, and he also can drop down and really help us in the run game. So he's an extraordinary player that, you know, definitely we're going to try to get the most out of.
We'll go next to Andy.
Hey, Coach, hope you're doing well. I was just wondering about some of the younger guys in that defensive backfield, like C.J. Burton or Sean Asbury. How have they been doing so far? And what's it like to have that mix of really, you know, veteran guys who are either graduate students or fifth years, and then some of the younger guys too?
Well, Andy, to be quite honest, just from a recruiting perspective, you know, we want to have the mindset where we're going to try to out-recruit players in the room. You know, whether we do that or not, you know, I think that works both ways. The defensive back room has to be a competitive environment. You know, we can't have complacency in the back end because explosives happen, and we all know what happens when explosives happen, right? Explosive plays. So I think we've hit on both of these young players. They're getting a lot of reps right now. C.J. Burton is making a lot of plays. Comes in with the mentality where he's not taking a back seat to anyone. Sean Asbury is a guy that has played a lot of football in high school. He started on varsity in the 9th grade. So he came in not in awe of playing college football, which we want. He's doing a great job as well. Obviously, it's growing pains. The missed assignments are really, we put that on the staff, on coaches. You know, experience will take care of a lot of those things. But, you know, both of those guys have skill sets, athletic traits that really you really see already in our spring practices. And I think they're doing a great job. Both of them have great attitudes and are doing extremely well in the classroom so far. So, and we're really happy with that as well.
We've got time for one more with Dan.
Coach, just kind of touching on that with the young guys too, and the transfers. I know you, like you mentioned, everyone's a ball of clay. Kind of what is the difference? Like when you get a transfer that maybe has something against college players that you've seen versus high school guys that are a little bit more raw. Like is there a difference between the two when you're able to coach them up of having a more refined product, or is it just still the same approach?
I think you got to go with the same approach at first. You know, our progression of coaching isn't going to change whether we're coaching sorry, I think something happened to the screen. Whether we're coaching a first year guy or a fifth year guy. Now, off the field, we do expect, you know, maturity, probably more from a fifth year senior. Leadership, you know, we expect Woodby to be one of the leaders of the secondary, regardless of how he's been here, how long he's been here. We just expect that. He's a fifth-year guy. We expect him to lead the room, you know, on and off the field, how he carries himself on and off the field. So I think you do have to treat everyone individually, but at the end of the day, yeah, you know, more the expectations of leadership for the position will be on a fifth year than on a freshman.
Aazaar, thank you very much for all your time today. We appreciate it.